Coach, kind of the same question I asked the players. Obviously, you came into this game knowing you had a pretty big mismatch, but what were some things you wanted to get done today, and did you see some of those things get done?
Yeah, we're pretty honest with our guys with who we're about to play. So last game I talked a lot about, playing against the game or playing against the standard that we have. And so that was a big discussion item leading up to this game. And I thought for the most part, they did a pretty good job. We were guarding early and they made some tough shots. I think their first 4 baskets were threes and a couple of them were really tough shots. So kudos to them. The other thing that I knew we would get a heavy dose of was zone. I thought it would be more 50-50, and it was 100% every possession. And that gets to be a drag at times, but it was so good for us to play against zone. We haven't seen a lot of zone. We needed the reps in live play against zone. Certainly we do it in practice, but you can't make that up, and it's just a different feeling in the game. And we did a pretty good job. I thought we executed when we called the set. Our point guards were getting them organized, and we got the shots we were looking for, and they didn't settle. That's the thing about how people play us, at least thus far, with the inside presence being better than the 3-point shooting right now. And it would have been easily to jack up, an early 3, and I thought they didn't take the bait and really move the ball and, explore the inside first. And then the ones we did take, I thought for the most part were good shots. And certainly would have liked to make more of them, but we could have shot 30-some threes this game if we wanted to, and they didn't do that.
Second row to Danny P.
You talked about last week. You talked about trying to get to a little bit more touches in different ways to maybe avoid double teams and such as that. How did you feel like you did that today? Obviously, you had a good game, but just how do you feel like y'all did that?
Yeah, like I said, even though they're playing zone, we didn't give up on Tolu or Will for that matter around the basket. And I can't speak for them, but I would imagine at least for Tolu, it's hard to double team in its own, especially when you're, sitting in on the middleman of a 2-3. And so he probably felt like he had a little more space tonight than he normally does. And I was a little disappointed with him early because I thought he was like begging for fouls or expecting to get fouled rather than just going in there and finishing the play and getting the and one. He struggled a little bit early. Obviously only missed 4 shots, but the majority of them were early in the game. But it was good for him to, feel good and get some touches. And I know, his free throws are work in progress for some reason, but 24 and 6, and he only had the 1 turnover all night long.
Colin, second row, black shirt.
It seemed like they were sort of settling for distance shots going against you guys early, and you only held them to 6 points, I think, in the paint in the first half. Do you think it was a case of you guys kind of adjusting defensively to stop them from distance, or did the offense picking up kind of take care of that?
I think we were much bigger than them, so it's hard the way we defend to just come down and get an easy 3 or a rhythm 3, and we try to take that away from them as much as best we can. And we really want to try to speed people up and get them to put their head down and drive it into, hopefully some ready defenders on the help side. But I can't speak for their coach or what their plan was, but they definitely beat us off the bounce from the top too much tonight. That was an issue that we had, that we talked about throughout the game. If we're going to get beat, it needs to be more on the side of the court because our help's kind of built in that way. But when the ball's up top, there's not really much help side, and they exposed us a little bit that way. But I thought some of the shots they made early were tough shots. I mean, I thought we were guarding pretty well, and I think their first 4 baskets were threes, if I'm not mistaken. At least 2 of them were either shot clock threes or rainbow threes, and it kept them in the game.